welcome to the SVG-TV news for Friday, March 13th, 2020. I am Khalil Kato with the details. The Ministry of Agriculture is said to be in the process of crafting a COVID-19 food security and impact mitigation plan for SVG. The document was expected to be sent to Cabinet today for consideration and subsequent approval. In an interview, Minister of Agriculture Soboto Caesar said SVG has a robust food production platform which will bolster internal food supply systems should food import availability become compromised. Without detailing the plan, Minister Caesar said the country can expect an intensification in the production of a basket of commodities which will mature between 4 and 12 weeks, and that the greenhouse park in Montreal will increase production to move into maximum capacity. Central to the functioning of the plan, it is anticipated to be the administrative role of the Internal Food Security Council, IFSC, which will comprise of senior technicians in the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries and commercial stakeholders in the value chain. The plan is expected to range from backyard gardening to commercial scale production. In a recent address by Minister Caesar at the prize-giving ceremony of the National Schools Gardening Competition, he invited all agriculture science teachers to actively partner with the ministry to further build the island's food production capacity. The Ministry of Health is expecting to hold educational sessions with taxi and omnibus operators here to make them more aware of the precautionary measures to be taken against COVID-19. Some taxi operators, however, have already taken matters into their own hands by stocking up on sanitary items and practicing good hygiene as stipulated by the ministry. Today, our news team spoke with some of the taxi and omnibus operators at Heritage Square who said while it is business as usual, they are making an effort to safeguard themselves and customers against the coronavirus.
Try doing what do you call it? Washing my hand. I try to sanitize my vehicle as much as possible, right? Take care of my passenger, take care of myself, right? I follow in the Ministry of Health instruction anyway, right? So I think I'm doing well in that.
I've been using some rubbing alcohol to clean my hand after dealing with any cash or so. And also I have my wipes. Every now and again I will use it and clean my hands. Right, very good. Alright, keep one out. Make sure I wipe my hands after dealing with all the cash and so on. And also, if I have guests on board, I make sure that the van is well sanitized and clean. Every evening when I get home, I make sure I sanitize the whole entire van. And sometimes it's good. And you can protect the guests or you can protect yourself.
Well, I'm just following the procedures of keeping my hands always clean. I have my hand sanitizer always next to me and drink a lot of water. Okay. And I keep my vehicle disinfected as people goes in and out. It just, everybody go about in normal life, which we think we should.
The business community is also doing its part to protect their customers. One of many hand wash stations has been placed just outside the bank of SVG in capital Kingstown for the use of customers. The Clean Hands campaign is an initiative of Fanfare Events. The wash station has 2,500 tissues, 5 gallons of water and hand washing liquid, which is usually refilled at the end of the day. The Chief Executive Officer of Fanfare Events, Alexis John, says the Bank of SVG willingly partnered with his company to have the wash station erected outside of its main branch.
I decided, you know what, I have one hand wash station that I've been trying so hard to rent for the last 3 years. This is the great time or the best time to really get this out and let people know the importance of keeping their hands clean. Hence the Clean Hands initiative, and I call Bank of St. Vincent. It has two sinks. It has 2 sinks with a foot pump, so gives you that option to enjoy hands-free. And there is the soap dispenser, tissue paper. You just simply pump that foot pump, water comes out, hit that soap dispenser and you start the whole process of getting clean hands. If you look around capital Kingston, it is very limited in terms of that access, that easy access.
John said as part of his Clean Hands campaign, he has purchased several of the hand washing stations, which he's hoping to have placed at strategic locations in Kingstown with the assistance of more partners. Senior Manager of Retail at the Bank of SVG, Sohail Russell, said that they have already hosted awareness sessions with staff and have provided them with personal hygiene items. He said it is the bank's intention to have a hand wash station at all of their locations.
Part of our new brand, as it is doing more together, and our management and the board thought best to ensure that it's part of emphasizing our brand to make sure that we do more together. And Alex came along and we partnered with him to make sure that we provide all opportunities to keep our customers and staff as safe as possible. On average, we serve sometime over 200-300 customers within the bank, one section of our bank in all the customer service area, as well on a normal Friday, about 100 on the other side. We have educated the staff already in terms of what they need to do in terms of the necessary protocols as it relates to safeguard themselves, and also we have actually throughout the entire buildings, our buildings, we have information being displayed all over in terms of what they need to do in terms of safeguarding themselves.
Meanwhile, many Vincentians have been stocking up on supplies, which they believe will provide some protection from the virus. At several supermarkets in Kingstown, some of the shelves are empty or almost empty. Our news team spoke with personnel from two of the major supermarkets who highlighted what persons have been purchasing the most.
My name is Lucretia Medford. I'm the accountant here at CK Graves and Company Limited. A lot of people coming in and buying out the things like bleach, hand sanitizers, rubbing alcohol, toilet paper, disinfectant wipe. Those are the items that we see selling the fastest. We also notice that a lot of people are coming in to shop for food items as well, but as to whether this is because of the coronavirus or because of our holiday tomorrow. But as I said, people are still coming in and looking for items. With regards to restocking our shelves, we get shipments every month. However, there's no guarantee as to us receiving these items to restock our shelves, because there's an influx for these same items on the global market. Therefore, it means that some of our suppliers will put some of the same items that are required on back order. So there's really no guarantee as to if and when we will receive these items to put back on our shelves.
This is Gillian Gill from Master Stores, the marketing assistant. And now we have the coronavirus, we have noticed particular trends in shopping patterns of our customers. For instance, many of our customers are now purchasing lots of rubbing alcohol, detergents such as Clorox, hand sanitizers, peroxides, pharmaceuticals such as vitamin C to boost their immune system, and antibacterial wipes that kill 99.9% of germs. Regarding the items that have been depleted quickly, such as hand sanitizers, at Massey Stores we are unable to provide an accurate date as to when the next shipment will be here, but most likely it may be at the end of this month.
Meanwhile, both supermarkets have also implemented measures to protect their staff and customers from the virus.
As to our in-house plans, so far we have been sanitizing all work areas. We disinfect surfaces on a regular basis. All our cash desks, each cashier has their own spray bottles to disinfect their areas regularly. We've been trying to get them to use gloves as well when they cash in. We have hand sanitizers placed in strategic areas so our staff can utilize these sanitizers. Also, we have posters which we put up in other areas as well to inform the customers as well as our staff as to how they can protect themselves from the COVID-19 virus.
Implement to improve the shopping environment of our stores. With immediate effect, we have started the process of adequately and extensively supplying sanitization at all of our locations and offices. Also, in the upcoming days, keen attention will be concentrated in the cleaning of trolleys, baskets, checkouts, deli centers, and basically all other areas of operations at our stores. Master stores, we now have a documented business continuity plan for pandemics with a focus on the coronavirus.
The Center for Enterprise Development Incorporated, CED, is joining with the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment to ensure that medium and small enterprises here are empowered with the necessary information on COVID-19 or the coronavirus. CED, in collaboration with the Ministry, will next Thursday, March 19th, conduct an information session for persons operating in the agribusiness and agro-processing sector and also mass band producers. At the forum, technical experts from the Ministry of Health will discuss COVID-19, what it is, the mode of transmission, its implications on the business sector and their response, and field questions from persons attending. According to CED General Manager Felix Lewis, the local business sector must put measures in place to cope. Lewis noted that major economic impacts are expected from the COVID-19 global crisis, and businesses must prepare themselves not only to weather the crisis, but to bounce back after they emerge from this current challenge. Thursday's information session will take place at the Peace Memorial Hall in Kingstown from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. The National Heroes Day celebration activity is scheduled to take place tomorrow will go ahead as planned. The first activity is the usual wreath-laying ceremony at the obelisk just outside our studios here at Dorsetshire Hill, which is expected to start at 8 a.m. and will be broadcast live on SVG-TV. Coordinator of the event, Maxine Brown, said that there will be cultural performances and brief remarks, including an address by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves.
The program takes on a similar format ECA. Our Prime Minister is the featured speaker. We have tributes and our remarks from the Garifuna Heritage Foundation, other Garifuna delegates who will be here. The opposition leader will speak, and other key personnel who is passionate about our legacy and our heritage will also talk. And with regards to performance, the Vinci Dancing Song from Garifesta.
Two other major celebration activities will be held in the Greggs and Fancy communities. Coordinator of the event in Fancy, Maxwell Tajo Francis, says that they have a packed day's event with the highlights starting at 2 p.m. He said he is aware of the skepticism of people about attending public gatherings in light of the coronavirus, but he says all they need to do is walk along with their sanitizers.
People can come expecting to get your cassava bread, your dukona, your farine, your madongo bakes, you know all of the different dishes, your pudding, etc. All of these gonna be on display. Of course, we have a lineup of our cultural package, including Blazing Fire Band. So we're gonna be having two live bands. Blazing Fire Band out of Kingston. We're also gonna be having the Saturday Secondary School Band. We're gonna be having the Rosa drummers. We're gonna be having Luther, Fireman, Hans. All of these persons are going to be performing as part of the cultural package. I know that the whole issue of the coronavirus is in the air, but what we are saying is that I don't think people have any need to panic. Tomorrow is about celebrating. It's a national holiday, and we're just inviting everybody to come out and just ensure that you sanitize and come. Sanitize and come.
There are 18,000 indigenous people who are living in 52 different villages in Suriname who make extra income by trading local handmade craft and cultural items. This was noted by a member of the Suriname delegation attending the 7th Annual International Garifuna Conference, Harriet Vridzem Jeroja, who was at the time speaking on the topic Heritage Tourism and Indigenous People in Suriname. Vridzem Jeroja said they have learned to accept and add social economic values and opportunities, diverting from their culture to help with their livelihood.
we learn to look at things differently, and we benefited for that. There are a number of families and individuals from different communities who live and work in the city, who have stated or started the process of generating extra income by becoming involved as traders in handicrafts, music, and traditional dressmaking. They do so in collaboration with the family back home and in partnership with other NGOs, other people. Some has become guiding tour operator and tour guides.
Vridzem Jaroja said that the lands Suriname's indigenous people occupy were inherited from their ancestors and they are bent on continuing their indigenous culture, which is guided by 3 core principles.
The core principles of the cultures are collectivity, meaning not the individual person, but the community as whole. The second core principle is to serve. We serve each other. You serve the land, nature, and so forth. And the third is spirituality. Spirituality, or connection with each other, inner self, and with nature and with the cosmic, however you call that.
The conference wrapped up today and was hosted by the Garifuna Heritage Foundation in collaboration with the UWI Open Campus and Impact Justice under the theme Indigenous Caribbean Thinking, a Strategic Direction for Reviving Garifuna Heritage and Culture Through Education. The National Emergency Management Organization NEMO warehouse in Mesopotamia will be officially opened on Monday, March 16th. The warehouse was constructed at a cost of $1 million by the firm of Urban Interior and Construction Limited. Prime Minister Dr. Alf Gonsalves is expected to deliver the feature address at the event at 3 p.m. on Monday. Similar warehouses have been already opened at Magum, Georgetown, and Rose Hall. And NEMO expects to open its Union Island warehouse on March 23rd. Police here are investigating the circumstances surrounding a shooting incident that occurred in Kettles yesterday. According to reports, the complainant, a 16-year-old conductor of Kettles, was at his home when he was approached and allegedly shot about his body by a masked assailant. The complainant was subsequently rushed to the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital to seek medical attention and is reported to be in stable condition. Police are seeking the assistance of the public in obtaining any information that would lead to the apprehension and prosecution of the offender or offenders in this matter. Persons with information are asked to contact the ACP in charge of crime at telephone number 456-1339 or the officer in charge of the Central Division at 457-1211 or any police officer or station with which they are comfortable with. The police say that all information will be held within the strictest of confidence. Meanwhile, the police have arrested and charged Zico Roberts, a 30-year-old mechanic of Walilabu, with the offenses of grievous bodily harm and damage to property. According to the police investigations, the accused allegedly inflicted grievous bodily harm on a 60-year-old retired farmer of the same address by beating him in the face with a wrench and damaging his dentures valued at $1,300 EC dollars. Roberts appeared before the Kingstown Magistrates Court yesterday and pleaded not guilty to the charges. He was granted bail in the sum of $2,500 with one surety.